obviously, get our first win of the season. It took a complete team effort. And I'm just super proud of the guys. The Nets, they're a heck of a team. And just to have all the runs in the second half, third, fourth, force overtime, to come up with some big plays on both ends of the floor, some big shots, some big stops. It was all 5 guys any given time on the floor committed to playing together unselfishly. And I'm just extremely proud of them. Special game, crazy finish. But to take our first win, as I told the guys at the very end, you can be in every single game, every single night. From the jump, the jump tip, you commit to being really good defensively and really unselfish offensively. And, it showed tonight. We were in this ball game. We've been in ball games. And to break through, it's a credit to our guys and what they've been working on over the last couple of days.
Seems like a light bulb went off in Ja's head toward the beginning of the fourth, and then he just kept attacking, and kept paying off. Just 3 weeks ago in preseason, he was passing up open layups, and now he's scoring 17 in the fourth. As a staff, how did you handle his aggressiveness? And, did you encourage him to start maybe being more aggressive toward the rim instead of passing out?
Yeah, as we've said to him daily, he's our engine. We go as he goes. I think he's starting to see how defenses are going to guard him. He's got to be full throttle early on. Credit to him the last couple of days watching film and in his individual work, working on different finishes, to see him finish at a pretty high level tonight, to be able to complete those attacks is huge. And then to, be able to, find his teammates in great times, getting in there, kicking out. It was great to see. That's a great John Morant performance, and a lot of guys played great tonight. And hopefully we continue building on this moving forward.
Coach, the team is undefeated in every game that Solomon Hill has played in, going back to the preseason. You've lost every game that he hasn't played at all. So just want to let you know 80-2 is still a possibility.
Yeah, thank you all. It's the definition of being a pro. You've always got to stay ready. His extra work that he's been putting in on the side, individually, playing 5-on-5, outside of practice, just staying ready, staying hungry. He was a great, injection into our lineup tonight, defensively, offensively, and that's credit to him. And it sets a tone for our program. Some nights you can only play 9, 10, 11 guys. Everyone's got to stay ready. You never know when your number's called and at what time in the game. So I'm very proud of him, and it's great the message that he sends to everyone about how you just keep working, keep getting better, and when those opportunities come, you seize them.
Coach, Jonas Valanciunas finished the game with a double-double. How much more could we see from him? And from your eyes, how well has he progressed since, getting better?
Tons of credit to JV. It's 3 games in now. Each game he's gotten progressively better. We're all aware he's shaking off some rust, and he's doing that game after game. Love that he's having confidence shooting it from 3. He and I had a little funny conversation. Hey, if they're that back, are you good with that? And I was like, heck yeah, let it fly. Block shots around the rim. He's getting his legs back underneath him. Obviously, as we keep, sticking with our plan and, he's buying into it, we just keep, adding more minutes. That's more opportunity. As I've said all along, he's an impactful player for us. He's going to be great for us this season, taking the big picture approach right now, but to get him back into a rhythm, he sees it, the team feels it. I'm super happy for him.
Taylor, Jaren got off to a really strong start, and it seemed like you guys had about a 10-minute stretch where he barely touched the ball and took him out of rhythm. Have you guys have to work on getting him, continually feeding him? Is that an issue and something you need to think about?
Yeah, I'll go back and watch the film. Definitely in our first 3 games, we've had some lulls. Maybe the ball hasn't moved as much. JJ is a guy that we definitely need to, get the ball to in the right spots and, throughout the, movement of our offense. So I'll go back and see it. That's definitely on me to, make certain play calls and continue to encourage our guys to keep playing, whether it's a set call for them or just within our, our motion. But I'm glad he got off to a really good start, making defensive plays. I know he fouled out, but, I think he's been really good the first 3 games. And, over time, we just keep figuring out, as I've said, where's JJ going to get the ball? Where's JV going to get the ball? Where's Jaws going to get the ball? And everyone else on our roster. So it's good to go back and watch the film because, as we start killing some of those lulls, that'll be important for us as we kind of, get our offense going in high gear.
Coach, first couple of games, the fourth quarter was a struggle for you. What was different today?
I just think our guys got a little bit more organized. They were a little bit more connected. We had a couple sloppy possessions here and there in the fourth quarter, but I thought for the most part, I don't want to forget, our crowd was unbelievable tonight. Such a back and forth game to go to overtime. I mean, the energy in this building, it's great for me, having to raise my voice. I think I almost lost my voice there towards the end. But for all of our guys to be on the same page, I mean, we were changing pick and roll coverages multiple times throughout the fourth quarter, a couple different sets out of motion, half-court plays, and our guys really just were locked in on being on the same page. Execution out of timeouts, execution on the fly. It's a credit to our guys. Like, they're really embracing just being on the same page and just competing together. I think that's what kind of separated us, this game versus the first two that really gave us the best shot tonight. And I'm glad that we got to break through and get a W, and it's something to build on. Realize how important it is when you do so much in the first three quarters. That fourth quarter, you got to take everything to a whole nother level. Our activity, our togetherness, our competitiveness, and just being on the same page.
Going back to Solomon Hill for a second, he was not in the initial rotation. So what were you looking for that brought him into the game? And there at the end, were you looking to sort of maximize veterans on the floor with Ja?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like we maybe just need a little bit of a injection of some vet presence out there. He's a versatile player that can play the 4, the 3. Obviously, he had an efficient night tonight, and I just kind of, went with my gut and thought that he could bring something positive to our group tonight. And as we got to the end, we're kind of managing the roster, and I was kind of rode with the guys that, kind of gave us a great wave to end the fourth quarter and, stuck it out in overtime. And I'm super pleased with, having to go super small. We haven't done that at all. And who knows if we do that the rest of the year, you never know. But, that was just kind of riding the hands of the guys that I thought were going to give us the best shot to win.
Coach, just going off of that, I mean, having those veterans in particular, Solomon Hill, Jay Crowder there in that fourth quarter, what do you think that did for you in comparison to those first two games? And there were some heated moments where, they grabbed, some of the younger guys aside. Did you notice a difference there having those guys on the floor?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think you kind of hit one of the first things, them just kind of steadying our group, high-level basketball tonight, super competitive, guys laying it all on the line, and then just regrouping. Getting from one possession to the other, whether it went our way or didn't, just keeping our guys locked in on, being in the moment. If we're changing coverages, and then I thought the next piece of that is we just execute our offense a little bit better. A big motto of ours is just keep playing. So if that first initial look's not there, we can trust that we can just pass to our teammate, and then Solo and Jay just kind of fueled, I think, our, constant movement. Then everyone benefited from it, Kyle especially as well out there, and that's good for Ja to see because I think that's helped Ja progress over these first three games. How especially in that fourth quarter, teams are going to lock down and try to take you away. Just keep trusting your teammates and have some of those vets out there that have experienced that and see how important that is. That's really benefited us tonight.
Coach, Kyle Anderson played a lot of minutes at center tonight. He made a lot of big plays in the fourth quarter. What was your opinion of his play tonight?
I mean, stellar play. As I said, we haven't played lineups like that before. We obviously adjusted our coverages based off of our personnel out there. Kyrie, Dinwiddie, LeVert, guys that are just putting so much pressure on you in pick and rolls and ISO situations and getting downhill. For our guys coming over, we didn't have any 7-footers out there, but they were competing. We had Kyle flying over, we had Jay flying over, we had Solo flying over. And then for us to, with Allen out there crashing the boards, trying to just get our hands on balls and 5 guys rebounding, it was great. And I thought Kyle was a big piece of that because, we started switching a lot more in the fourth quarter. He even took Kyrie at one point just one-on-one. So that versatility that we've talked about, since we started camp, having guys that can play multiple positions defensively and then offensively, just having 5 guys out there that can play make, that was huge for us in getting this win today.
Taylor, can you talk specifically about the end of regulation? Ja blocks Kyrie, and a lot of guys might not have wanted to risk the foul there.
Sure.
And then at the end of overtime, he dumps the ball to Crowder. Those are pretty heady plays for a guy in his third year. How much confidence does that give you in a rookie?
I mean, tons of confidence. I mean, these are springboard opportunities for him, for all of our guys to, see when you commit to the things that we've been drilling about being aggressive with discipline on defense or, attracting multiple defenders and making the unselfish play. The last play of the game, he could easily just ducked his head down, but he and I got connected on what we probably wanted to accomplish on that play. He trusted the play, trusted his teammate, and, luckily we were able to come out with a win. So for a young rookie to do that, obviously he had a heck of a scoring night, but to make certain plays that may not show up in the box score as much, that's huge for his growth in just a short amount of time. And, as I hit everyone in the locker room after the game, it was like, you just got to take all these winning moments right here, these winning habits, and carry it game after game, because we'll be in every single game if you commit to that for 48 minutes. And, tonight we force ourselves to do it for 53.
Dillon Brooks had a really good game tonight. It seems like he sways between like playing really well and then struggling to find a shot. But what does he need to do to be this Dillon Brooks every night?
Just be consistently consistent on both ends of the floor. I've hit him repeatedly, our coaches have, and I think he's really starting to embrace and see, like, if he just commits to being really good defensively. He had a lot of tough matchups tonight. He even took Kyrie for a stretch there. He's one of our best on-ball defenders, pick-and-roll defenders, with his physicality and his competitiveness to kind of unleash that. If he can do that night in and night out, and then just let the offense come to him. I mean, obviously he's one of our better scorers. Like, we need him to make shots for us, not just from the three-point line, but attacking. If he just kind of plays within the system, and it's great to see him start growing. As I said, in only 3 games and a couple of preseason games, but you see other guys benefiting from that, just really trusting, being really good defensively, individually, and as a team. And offensively, we start navigating how we're going to get our opportunities offensively. So I'm super proud that he gets to see that success with a win behind it, good production, continue to do that consistently.
Coach, did you have a vision of what your first win as an NBA head coach regular season would be, and how did this one stack up?
Sure. My vision is it was going to be a team effort. I'm not here today without, our players, our coaches, our front office, our medical team. I know everyone's congratulating me, and I'm very appreciative of that. But, my vision all along is you do this as a team. And for our guys to take 53 minutes and playing together, possession after possession after possession, going through runs, and just turning to the players and watching them stick together and kind of grow in those moments. That's probably the best vision that I would have, and hopefully we continue to have more and more and more, because it's really fun as a coach to watch how you play that way. And, I'm super appreciative of today and, the effort that our guys gave.
Coach, what will be the number one thing that you remember about your first win? Because this will always be your first career win.
This group, when we walked into the locker room after the game, guys were already chanting and cheering in the huddle and, pumping each other up and celebrating. I mean, they've been working so hard for this, been so close the first 2 games, and then to be able to break home. And I'm going to repeat it again, to do it in front of our home crowd too. Like, I mean, the energy in this building today was unbelievable. Like, I mean, it was fun. And to know what FedEx Forum can be in the long run with this group and stuff, I had to jump in there. I'm not going to lie. I jumped in there, hey, with the players, because we got a fun group. We got a together group. We got an unselfish group. We got a competitive group. And I love that, to be able to walk in every single day and have those moments. I'll just always remember walking in the locker room and then, embracing each other, embracing our coaching staff. And that'll be something that'll, cement in my mind forever.
Coach, what were you attempting to run on the play where Ja threw it away? And then on the final shot, situations like that, how often do you work on things like that in practice?
Sure. The possession in the deep corner, we were trying to get maybe a sneak layup on the baseline. They had Allen back to take that layup away, but we also knew if that was going to be taken away, we were going to kind of, try to suck the defense into the three-point line so we can maybe get Jay on a 3. If he didn't have it, an easy 2-man DHO would jog into his left hand and attacking downhill with plenty of time with 7 seconds left. So, the window kind of wasn't there. Great learning opportunity for us. We haven't practiced probably deep corner as much, but, thought we executed it mostly for, as best as we could. And then that last play, no timeout. Again, as we talked about, for our guys to really be together, it's on the free throw line. Or actually, side out of bounds, deep in our territory, to get guys spaced, get everyone on the same page, how we want to execute just the inbound, the spacing of where Ja was going to attack, and then how Jay was going to trail the play for a little pitch back. It's a credit to them because they're being in tune with each other. They realized how important this moment was for us to execute, win or lose. The guys kept their heads up throughout the game, and I'm just super proud of how they just bought into just sticking with each other, competing on both ends, and to execute a play like that at the end, it just shows how together the guys were for 53 minutes tonight, and we just got to continue to build on that. All right, thank you. Thanks, everyone.